Here are 5 reasons why you should play Neverwinter Nights. Reason number 1, D&D 3.5 is amazing. Hey, you remember Pathfinder? Well, this is Pathfinder if Pathfinder had a cooler, skinnier cousin who smoked clove cigarettes and didn't care what the boys thought about her playing video games. Maybe this is just nostalgia speaking, but I prefer D&D 3.5 because it does everything that Pathfinder does, but manages to be simple. Pathfinder said, hey, what if we rip off D&D 3.5? And that's it. That was the conversation. Why is this a good thing? Familiarity, my friend. It's easier to build a character when classes, attributes, and feats are almost a one-to-one translation from what you already know. If you know Pathfinder, well, guess what, my good chum? You know D&D 3.5. Now you can spend all that time that you would have spent looking up builds reading all 900 pages of Frank Herbert's Dune. 3.5 has a ton of classes to choose from, and those classes have class packages. And when you're tired of leveling that class, you can pick another class and level that one for a while. Then when you get powerful enough, you can call a duty your character by taking
Prestige classes.
Prestige classes are your regular class if it decided to buckle down and apply itself. Do you like dead guys? Do you like raising dead guys from the dead to keep you company? Do you like dead guys so much that you'd like to be one, but without all the lying in dirt and decomposing? There's a prestige class for that. Meet the Pale Master. He has some very interesting abilities. First, this guy is so dead that he has a skeleton arm. A Pale Master can summon a zombie with an aura of poison fog, summon a specter at max level, and your skin can become as hard as bone. You gain more hit points than a cleric, you can paralyze people just by brushing up against them, and at max level, you get a literal death touch. You touch man, man go, night night. Do you like dragons? Do you wish man was dragon and that you were man who was dragon? Do you wish Red Bull actually gave you wings and lightning breath? Well, Red Dragon Disciple is for you. You get skin as hard as dragon scales, you get extra ability scores because why not have a sorcerer with 44 strength?
What?
You get wings, actual dragon wings, and finally you get
Dragon breath.
That's right, you breathe fire, electricity, acid, hell, you can breathe whatever you want, kid. Breathe vape smoke for all I care. Just understand that this breath weapon has a decent cone range and decent damage with 6d10 at level 10. Then there's feats. Feats are abilities that can make your character slightly stronger or break the game entirely. There's all kinds of wacky fun you can have with feats. You've got meta magic feats, which makes your spells do more damage, last longer, and increase their girth, like those pills they sell on the internet. There's feats that make your crits do more crits so you can crit while you're critting. Get a Keen Bastard Sword, take improved critical on your Weapon Master build, and make your crit threat go from 15 to 20 to 10 to 20. Take an overwhelming critical to get an extra 1d6 damage on a crit, and then take devastating critical. Let me explain what devastating critical does. A normal crit hits an enemy and doubles that damage that you would have done. That's pretty nice. But devastating critical is so devastating that when you hit an enemy with it, that enemy now has to roll a DC 30 fortitude save or die. That's right. It doesn't matter who the enemy is. Oh, you're a big scary dragon? Die. Oh no, it's a demon? Die. Oh, it's a whole group of demons? Die. Oh my god, it's a bunch of dragons? Die. Oh my god, it's God. Die. Oh my god, it's a whole group of gods. Die. If they fail that save, it doesn't matter how many hit points they used to have, they are unlifed. Hey, come here. Are you tired of dying to those pesky mages and their overpowered spells? Would you rather become immune to their spells than take all of your levels in Monk because they get Diamond Soul? You gain 10 plus your level in spell resistance, which at level 37 brings you up to 47. And if you take 10 levels of improved spell resistance for all of your feats, that brings you up to the magic number, 67. 67 is magical because the enemy has to roll them bones to try and overcome your resistance, or the spell just bounces harmlessly away from you. But they'll never be able to roll a 67 because the maximum roll that they can possibly get is 66. You know what? In fact, just take Monk. Monk is amazing. At level 15, Monks become almost invincible. At max level, you'll have a 50 in AC, you'll have complete immunity to spells, which means you could just walk right through traps and not have to worry about anything. I mean, just look at what I do at level 16 to this dragon here. Folks, it doesn't get much cheesier than that. Reason number 2, the campaigns are a lot of fun. Yeah, that's right, I said it, the campaigns are fun. Want to fight about it? Well, you can't because it's the internet, and the internet isn't a real place. There seems to be a consensus that the original campaigns released with Neverwinter Nights are bad. And I say to that, poppycock, guffaw, surely you jest, madam. Methinks you expect too much. See, the problem is that BioWare was so good at making RPGs when they released this game that people expected something amazing from them. What they didn't realize was that Neverwinter Nights was just an excuse to have D&D 3.5 with a mod toolkit and a never-ending supply of mods to play. The campaign, The Wailing Death, people say is trash. I say they're trash. You're not man enough to play in a man's game, you can't get through it, then go home and tell your wife your troubles. Because only one thing counts in this life, and that's to rip and tear through this campaign like a knife through hot butter. They don't like it because their taste buds are used to tasting KFC, and they've never had Bojangles. They've been living in a cave for so long that they feel like they might fall into the sky if they emerge. I say, fear not, cave dwellers. Come out and experience the light that is the OC. Do you like Diablo? Are you an ARPG fan? Then how would you like to play an ARPG based off of Dungeons & Dragons with D&D classes, D&D lore, and D&D character building? Well, you're in luck because that's exactly what Act 1 of The Wailing Death is. It's an action game through and through. The best parts of this mod are when you're knee-deep in the dead, but I will say this, Act 1's quality is outshined by the quality of the acts to come. For instance, Act 1 is fun basically because you kill many things, and that is fun. But you spend all your time in a city, that is not fun. There's not much in the way of interesting characters, but Act 1 has a ton of great side content to make up for it. Act 2 takes a drastic step up in quality and is worth the wait. Then we come to Shadows of Undrentide, the first expansion to NWN, and it feels shorter than the OC, but the characters are better. The world is more fun to explore and less restrictive, and it introduces Deacon, the best character BioWare has ever written. Revan, please girl.
Okay.
Saravok, next.
Okay.
HK-47?
Nope.
Okay, never mind. Then if that weren't enough, there's Hordes of the Underdark. This has the most diverse story, less interesting starter dungeon, but when it opens up into the Underdark, it gets to be a lot of fun. Now, all of that is somewhere between 60 to 70 hours of content, which is a damn good value for a game of this price, but that's not where it ends. There's also the BioWare created mods like Kingmaker, Pirates of the Sword Coast, Darkness over Daggerford, and so much more. So, when you finish the base game content, there's still so much more to play. Reason number 3, the Dungeon Master and Mod Toolkit. Now, you may not be impressed with this game yet. You may be a cold-hearted person with doo-doo in their souls and a dark past that keeps you from being able to love. Well, it's a good thing that Neverwinter Nights is not just a game. Nay, it's a way of life, a tool, baby's first game engine. In a way, it's the ecosystem where titans like me were born, molded in the flames of the NWN mod tool. Most mod tools are obtuse. When you open them up and see the interface, it can be a lot like walking face first into a pane of glass, but not NWN. No sirree. You open this tool, and within an hour, you've already got a level laid out and populated by all kinds of characters, items, props, effects, and sounds. Every system that can be modded in the game is easy to understand and simple to work with. Want to make a level? Pick a tile set, pick a tile, click and drag, and the engine creates a layout instant. Want to place a prop? Pick one and drag it and drop it onto the level. Poof, like magic, and it's there. Want to create a character? Do it. What are you waiting for? Right click, create, and use the simple intuitive wizard to create anything your imagination can think up. Dialogue? Simple. Items? Even simpler. Hell, even the scripting language was simple enough for a smooth brain such as myself to figure out. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have a tool that allowed you to take your favorite RPG game and host a game for your friends while manipulating the NPCs, the world, and enemies the players face like a dungeon master would in a tabletop game? Look no further for the Dungeon Master's tool as you covered. Want to spice up your encounters, but the enemy AI is too simple? Well, possess the enemy and play them like a player plays the character. That's right, you can use their skill set against the players, making encounters more reactive, unpredictable, and exciting, just like tabletop. In essence, the DM Toolkit gives you the ability to take your tabletop games into a truly interactive experience experience by going a step beyond virtual tabletops and into a fully virtual, living, breathing world. Take that beautiful mod you created in a mod toolkit and host a game for your friends. Uh-oh, my players want to talk to an NPC, but I didn't create any dialogue. Simple solution: possess the NPC and type his dialogue for him in a general chat box. That's right, your players can chat with an NPC like a real person, because that NPC is a real person. Everyone in your game is real because you are everyone. You are the one. He who is him, the all-seeing, all-knowing Dungeon Master Extreme. Reason number 4, a gigantic mod library. Have you ever played a game you really liked and then you got to the end and you felt sad because that game was over now? Now there's no reason to play it anymore. That experience is over. Well, not with Neverwinter Nights you don't, because playing the campaign is just the beginning. Neverwinter Nights is an infinite game because there are so many modules put out by very talented community over 2 decades, and as time marched on, the mods piled up. You will never play every single mod there is on offer because there's just too many of them. You'll never do it. Don't even try it, kid. You got a life to live, and it's gonna take you well into your retirement age to accomplish this. Every mod has a varying level of quality, and there's a surprising amount of mods that are of such a high quality that you'll swear it's better than the modules that even BioWare themselves put out. But if you go to neverwintervault.com, you'll find the Hall of Fame mods. These are the best of the best, the pick of the litter, the cream that rises to the top. Do you like playing with your friends? Well, there's a ton of mods for multiplayer too. Even the ones that say they don't support multiplayer can still support multiplayer if you're careful about who finishes the quest. There's mods that turn Neverwinter Nights into a battle chess game. There's mods that rip assets from The Witcher and put them in NWN. There's reskins, beautification mods, custom weapons, shields and armor, custom player models, custom enemy models, houses and props, and all the trappings of a greatest of all time RPG. There's mods that add new tile sets to the ecosystem and allow you to use them in your own modules. There's community expansion packs that add a ton of new content and systems. Overall, there's so much to experience with this game that you may never exhaust your playtime with it. You'll just continue to play the game until your kids are leaving for college and your wife is saying goodbye to you as she passes on into the afterlife, and you still won't be done playing NWN. Reason number 5, multiplayer MMO servers. Playing online with your friends is great. Friends can make even the worst games fun, but playing with your friends is for people who have friends. So instead, how about you make some new friends by playing on one of the many MMO servers available to the Neverwinter Nights community. We've got Star Wars Total Conversion servers, we've got Dark Sun servers, we've even got custom worlds complete with custom classes, races, and a wealth of lore to discover. Many of these servers are still active, and unfortunately many of them are dying. But if you, my intrepid adventurer, join me and all my awkward basement dwelling friends, we can make this community great again. How do you join these servers, you might be asking? Do I have to get an IP address and type that into some third-party software and just pray to God I don't get a virus? Is it peer-to-peer and I end up connecting to some guy in Australia with a 900 ping? No. See, that's the beauty of NWN multiplayer. All you do is click the big button that says multiplayer, join an internet game, and would you look at that? A big list of all the servers in the game. Hundreds of different servers hosting different games, different worlds. And all you need to do is pick the one that looks the most interesting. Play 5 minutes of it, leave, and try another one. These are my friends. My reasons why Neverwinter Nights is an awesome game that you should waste your life playing. Have a wonderful day and go play some games.